Hello and welcome to what is episode 32 of AFC Fylde Still We Rise. We're here on Football Manager 2020 and there is good news as we have picked up our first league win of the season. Our first victory in Sky Bet League 2 since promotion. So we went to Rodney Parade and took on Notts County. Of course we'd get the win on a game that wasn't being recorded for YouTube. Walker's cross into Whitmore from the corner, then Horton to Muldoon, and of course we conceded. It was Newport County there with Sheehan getting one back for them in the 72nd minute after we'd scored our two very early on. Of course they were all set pieces. It's just the way it goes. But it's 3 points, and that has taken us in the table up to 7th. We're now unbeaten, obviously, with 2 draws and a win. So we've got 5 points, and that's put us into the playoff positions. If nothing else happens this season, we've spent a week in the playoffs. And that means something. We've done really well so far. That is all, of course, going to come crashing down now, because we play League 1 Lincoln in the Carabao Cup first round over at Sincil Bank. Lincoln have done pretty well to start the season up in League 1. They are one of the form teams, so I think they've won 2 out of 3 so far. I should really have done a bit of research on this, but it doesn't really make a difference. There you go, 2 wins and a loss, 6 points. They're a league above us. And they're a whole league above us because they are up in 8th in League 1. It's going to be tough, and I've made it even worse on myself because we are playing a rotated side. Jordan Williams has gone down with an injury, so he's out. That means we've got basically second choice wingers. Muldoon on the right and Philliskirk in on the left. Romario Vieira, he makes his first competitive start in central midfield. Andy Taylor is in at left back, and Tyrone Williams continues at right back because Luke Burke is injured. I'm actually going to make a late change to give Dan Lavercombe a game. I hope to give him the cups. Matty Kozolo is on the bench but not quite fit. I don't think he'll play more than 45 minutes anyway. I would like to put Dan Bradley on the bench. I'd look to give him a couple of minutes. I don't expect anything out of this one, and what's more, neither do the board, thankfully. All they want is us to be competitive. The team is not expected to get beyond the first round, and we are in the first round. So, we've done alright there. Just out of interest, what are they only want us to be competitive in the leasing.com trophy either. A few players suffering from a lack of match sharpness, and we haven't actually had many under-23 games that I can blood them in and get them a bit of time on the pitch. That normally works out a treat. It certainly did last season, but unfortunately their schedules have been on the same day as our game, and most of the time, we've got 7 players on the bench, so they're needed. Lincoln playing a 4-4-1-1. We didn't see a lot of that last season, actually, now I think about it, against our usual 4-3-3, which the game decides is a 4-1-4-1, I think. Kenny McKenna, my assistant, motivates just one player, that being Andy Taylor. Okay. I'm going to go straight into the game. I don't expect a lot from this one, so don't be surprised if we get absolutely gubbed by the League 1 team. As long as it's not too bad, you're talking, I don't want 3 or 4 goals down, but it's not a massive priority for the board, as you've seen, and for myself, if I'm honest. The League Cup doesn't really do it for me. I mean, certainly not when they're making the draw in the dead of night over in a foreign country. That's sort of taken the shine off it for me. But we did play well against Newport. We played well against Bolton and against Morecambe, in truth, getting our shots on the board. But we just seem to be slightly behind the pace here in the early going against Morecambe, who have a little bit overrun us there. And it's up to, I think it was Lavercombe with the save. Lincoln with the corner. Walker makes the clearance. He's played magnificently in the 3 games. I think he got player of the match in 2 of them. He's got 2 goals and an assist as Tom Walker. So really good from him. He's the type that we need to make the step up. And just goes to show you that if he does stay at Fylde in real life next season, he's totally above his level. He is a level above the sides and the league that he's playing in. He's definitely not a National League North player. He's a League 2 player in my eyes, and certainly in the game as well. That's what the scouts at the club have got him down as. You'll see that Chris Porter is making his first start up front for us, signed in the summer. I have gone in for a few loan players. We've got a lot in the kitty to spend either on transfers or wages. I'd rather spend it on wages, to be honest, at this stage, because I don't think permanent transfers is what we're in need of. So we've gone in for Jovan Malcolm, who was on loan with us last season, did really well, slotted in whenever he could. Taylor with the delivery. Romario Vieira, former Leeds player. We could do with getting the ball in the box, lads. I don't know if you've forgotten about that. And Walker with the daisy cutter, we used to call it, the P roller. And Vickers makes quite a comfortable save in the end. As you can see, though, condition, we're doing quite well. I'm guessing that Lincoln played this side in their league games, whereas we've done a bit of rotation, bringing different players in. Walker with the corner, this time not finding a man, except one in a red and white shirt. A goal kick to Lincoln, not anything coming from that particular attack. Yeah, let's encourage the lads. Once again, just Andy Taylor listening. Thanks, Andy. It really makes me feel good to know that you're listening. In terms of changes, there isn't much that I want to change at this stage. I'd like to give Sheldon Green, our young lad from the academy, a bit of a run out, and Dan Bradley, despite obviously leaving Fylde in real life over the last week. So I think we'll leave it the same for now, and then make those changes a little bit later in the game. Let's encourage the boys. There's not a lot I know about Lincoln, if I'm honest. They've always seemed to be in different leagues than teams that I've followed or been to watch. If you know anything about them, put that in the comments. Let me know. They do have a player called Hopper up front, which I'm sure just writes headlines for itself, really. Only 10 shots between us. Fylde took 20 shots last time out against Newport. So it's a closer game. Is League 1 our level? We did beat League 1 teams in pre-season, so it might be something to look forward to. But obviously, you've got to get there first. At this point, that's when I think Brian Clough signed Dave Mackay. If we can sign somebody like that, that will be good. Although, what use we'd have for a sweeper, I'm not sure. Right, let's make our changes, as nothing seems to be really happening. A dearth of highlights. I apologise for the lack of highlights. We're going to bring on young Sheldon Green. Sorry, wrong player. Let's move him down there. So Dan Bradley operates as a box-to-box midfielder. That's his bread and butter. And then Romario Vieira will swap with the player that I intended to swap Porto with, Young Green. I think we'll have him as a deep lying forward. We've got our attacking wingers here, Philliskirk and Muldoon. The idea is probably in another 10 minutes, game time, we will give Matty Kozolo a bit of a run out, his first minutes of the season following an injury that he suffered in pre-season, sort of ruling him out for the first couple of weeks. So he's missed the first 3 league fixtures, and now he's back in the game. Still no highlights in the second half. This is the usual time when I like to shake my laptop just to check. However, I can hear it whirring like a helicopter in the background, so that does not seem to be the issue at the moment. And just as we want to highlight, it's going to go to Lincoln. A corner cleared, but it's going to come back in on the wrong side of the post, as far as Lincoln are concerned. The correct side for ourselves. You would expect the quality to tell in the end. I mean, if you think, a Championship side playing a Premier League side, even if the Premier League side are weakened, you sort of still expect them to win. And similarly, you'd expect a League 1 side to beat a League 2 side. Otherwise, what's the point of promotion and relegation? And Lavacum tips that one over the bar. Lincoln now sporting a 4-4-2 as they search this goal, but that's gone through everybody. Let's get a clearance in, boys. Well played, well played. Let's hope that Matty Kozolo can make a bit of a difference. And we've got a corner. Now it's going to come back against us, isn't it? And they just walk through our defence. Did you all see that? Just walk through. They left 2 up top, as you can see here. With they were marked out of the game, and then Pet just wandered through. Lavacum showing him the near post, and he took it. I mean, there's not much you can do to stop that sort of thing, is there? Unbelievable. Absolutely shocking. In that situation, I know, you stay narrow. What do? Part the Red Seas. Let him walk through. And what Dan Lavacum was doing, the less said, the better. No wonder you're our reserve, mate. Absolute dwarfs of men. And I say that not heightist, I mean in terms of their integrity and their commitment. Oh well, Jordan Smith, Football 365, you got it right, well done. Pat yourself on the back, my friend. Their efforts were... right. Can I do individual ones at this stage? Nope. Right, hand over to assistant, and then we're just going to remind our fullbacks that they were not up to standard. I am not happy with your performance. Same with Andy Taylor. I am not impressed. Oh, but it has motivated and inspired him. Brilliant. Well, that was exactly what I was looking for. Unacceptable. To just let him wander through. Oh, but at least Barnett had been knocked out as well. Bolton through on penalties. I would quite like our rivals in the league to continue in that cup competition, because it literally gives them a bit more of something to look at. Yeah, Tom Pett's got a close range finish, but he picked up the ball in his own half, didn't he? Yeah, that's a sickener, that one. I mean, how you can look yourself in the face as a defender, having let that goal go through. Shall we see it one more time? And you can generate a match report. There weren't much that happened in the second half other than the goal itself. Absolute showers of men. Honestly, look at this. He's already picked it up. He just walks right through him. Just pause that a second. I just want to check it is who I think it is, before they never play for me again. Tyrone Williams and Andy Taylor. Look at the mark in these boys, and he's just going to wander straight through the middle of them. Here we go. Yeah, Tyrone Williams not even putting in a challenge. Lavercombe diving after the ball has gone past him, probably hit the back of the net by the time he started diving. So, unfortunately, you've seen us knocked out of the Carabao Cup, first round. Well, it wasn't to be. But one can't grieve forever. Our next episode, I don't actually know the next episode. We'll probably get these home games out of the way. Grimsby in the leasing.com. Shall we do another cup game? I mean, we all know how that's going to end, don't we? Let's go to Grimsby. I'm sure it's lovely on a day out, on a Tuesday evening. Okay. We go to Blundell Park. That will be episode 33, and that should be out this weekend. So keep your eyes open for it. Give us a subscribe, like, do all those other things. We're still improving things. We're still on that journey, which is probably going to last probably through Football Manager 2021, if we're honest. But we are on the journey, and that's what counts. So I'll go away and I'll play these games. In fact, we play Grimsby at home next. That might give me a bit of an insight into whether we expect to get anything from that Group H game at the start of September. There you go. Research on the job. Thank you for joining me for this one, and I shall see you for the next episode.